The source of much of the brain rot that infects the minds of Gen Alpha has unsurprisingly turned out to be an awful person. For those that don't know, the Tuah meme comes from this woman who was interviewed in a man on the street podcaster bit where one of those guys walks around interviewing people with mics. And this one woman got interviewed, and I think the questions had to do with, like, how do you suck dick or something, because she, in response, said sometimes you just got to hawk Tuah and spit on that thing. I think you can fill in the blanks as to what she's referring to there. Now, her voice and accent are very goofy. I find it annoying. You're going to hear her speak a bit in a moment. You'll get an idea of what I'm talking about here. And so, she goes viral for a variety of reasons. The main reason, the first time I ever heard Hawk Tuah or heard about the Hawk Tuah girl, was the fact that the right was trying to astroturf Hawk Tuah into being a meme in order to own the gays during Pride Month. And I'm not joking about this. Like, massive, multi-million like posts on some of the biggest meme pages on Twitter posting about how it's an epic own on the gays for the Hawk Tuah girl to be the meme of Pride Month because it's about, like, a woman sucking men's dicks. And I guess that's, like, owning the gays or something. I don't get it either. Mind you, this is, like, Nazis and 14-year-olds' conception of what triggers the left, right? Like, they don't actually know what triggers the left besides slurs. And sometimes they try to get creative like this and it doesn't work out. But they thought it was an epic own, I assure you. And so the right astroturfed the fuck out of Hawk Tuah. Like, massively so. She started a podcast, they boosted it massively, and now she is one of the biggest figures out there. Hawk Tuah has become a standard meme. I actually theorized that through similar memes, the wide Putin meme became a thing. Y'all know about the wide Putin meme, right? Looking back on that meme now, that had to have been an astroturf from the Russian government to, like, cutesify and memify Putin to a Western audience, right? Like, that had to have been a Russian state meme, the wide Putin thing, right? Like, it had to have been, because it's so dumb. The internet doesn't, like, the internet has dumb memes, but widening a walking president, like, just widening the, like, a president as they walk, it's like, I know wide and thick were memes at the time, but it feels like the kind of thing that was made by boomer government agents, astroturfed into the internet, and it blew up organically from there. In a way, that's literally what happened with the Hawk Tuah meme. It went from, like, niche-ish right-wing meme to own the libs to the go-to brain rot word for Gen Alpha. And it's well gone past its original meaning. But with all this in mind, you shouldn't be surprised to know that the Hawk Tuah girl is an opportunistic piece of shit, it would seem, as she is now under severe allegations of running a crypto rug pull pump and dump scheme. For those that don't know, it's when you start a cryptocurrency or align with a brand new cryptocurrency before it even goes public for the market to buy, you privately receive or buy a large proportion of its value. You wait for it to go public, you watch the coin get pumped by all the people buying it due to your endorsement. It's important you endorse the coin, and then you sell once it looks like it's getting towards its peak. And once someone who's bought in so much so early sells, that's the start of the fall. So that's the rug pull. It's that everybody who bought in thinking this was going to be a big W loses, while the people who are already in, the actual winners of the game from the start, pull the rug out from everyone else, right? And that is what Hawk Tuah girl is being accused of here. And I've seen a little bit of her debate, quote-unquote, with CoffeeZilla, who is levying these allegations primarily, the main voice of the allegations, and she does not do a good job of representing herself. Not at all. Not at all. So here we've got Exposing the Hawk Tuah Scam by CoffeeZilla. Let's go ahead and take a look. We love some CoffeeZilla here. He follows me on Twitter. Pretty good stuff. That's how you know he's based.
We're breaking down the Hawk Tuah scam, exactly how it happened, and I'm going to confront the people behind it. Well, I did last night, and let me just say, it didn't go very well.
Do you think we're going to see a large swath of conservative... This is her, by the way. This is the Hawk Tuah girl. I think you can tell from her profile picture what her politics are and what the politics of the Talk Tuah podcast are. Anyway, I wonder how many right-wing influencers will fall due to their inability to resist the easy, immoral money that crypto rug pulls have to offer. How many of these people, the second some bumpy times hit with YouTube or Twitch or whatever they make their content on, will not be able to resist the call to promote a crypto scam that utterly destroys them? I feel like this is just... It's calling to every conservative pundit. Like, the second they have a bad month, promote a crypto scam. Because they only care about money. I feel like it might... These crypto rug pull things and these scams and schemes might be part of the downfall of the right-wing media empire in the near future. It could be. I see a lot of them promoting these crypto scams.
Happy to answer any
I have questions. I have questions. I'm raising my hand. Hey, guys.
What CopyZilla?
Hey, this is one of the most miserable, horrible launches I've ever seen in my life.
Okay, then why the fuck are you on?
Profiting from the
That is the Hawk Tuah girl talking there, if you didn't know.
rug pull, I think it's relevant.
We didn't pull a rug. I don't know what you're trying to say. It's not true. That's defamation.
Doc,
You're saying
do the math. Do the math.
Defamation. You're saying that we pulled a rug. There was no rug pull.
3%.
You're defaming our...
The audio for coffee is pretty bad, but it'll do. It'll do, okay? Most of the video is not this. It's him talking to the camera with good audio, so we'll make it. I've seen bits of this. Yeah, this is one of those Twitter rooms, by the way. This is like one of those Twitter group calls where this is being hosted. Yeah.
Are you not gonna let me talk? You just talk over me. You talk over me.
I'm hearing bullshit.
Yeah, these people were completely unhinged, unwilling to take any accountability, and we'll talk more to them in a second, but I want to break down the Hawk Tuah scam. I think people are confused with this kind of stuff. I want to start with the big tweet that kind of set it all off. That would be this by Bubble Maps, which showed 96% of the supply was controlled by the team and was being sent out to a bunch of smaller...
What's neat about these crypto coins is that for a lot of them, you can publicly track wallets, and you can publicly track what's in them and what trades have taken place. That's how Mr. Beast got caught, supposedly engaging in a crypto rug pull. Mr. Beast claims that he had a manager handling the wallet, and so his tweets that inevitably caused a pump, or were seemingly meant to cause a pump, were not intended to do that because he didn't know what his stuff was being invested in, is his claim. I don't believe him. I think that he was being made aware of what his money was put into. And I think he commented on that because he supported that crypto, because he owned some of that crypto. Or no, it was an NFT or something like that. No, it was a crypto. It was a coin. And he had used the platform of Team C's, his charity, to boost the posts made by the Twitter account for this crypto. That is especially scummy for the Mr. Beast thing. But like I said, the way Mr. Beast got caught was people were tracking his crypto wallet. They saw the funds leave and go, and they figured out, like, oh, well, that correlates directly with the massive spike down in this coin's value.
Wallets, the implication being that some of them might be dumping on you. Pretty quickly, the Hawk Tuah girl came in to copy and paste what her team told her to say, which said, team hasn't sold
Haley
one
Welch.
token and not one key opinion leader was given one free token. We tried to stop snipers as best we could through high fees at the start of the launch. And so you see their awful tokenomics here. Along with this response, the team hasn't sold one token, and then they post obviously a screenshot of a lot of sells from insiders who did not have to pay. You can see on the bot side, there's nothing. And then on the sold side, they're making a lot of money. So how did you get free tokens? Well, you were an insider, right? And
I want to respond to this comment because I actually think it relates to a point I made earlier in the stream. And this is like, listen, even if it's me, you can't do this, okay? Red Scare, thank you for the $10. but I want to respond to your comment because I don't agree with it. And I know you're probably mostly joking, but I know some people kind of operate this way. If CoffeeZilla says someone is guilty of scamming people, they're guilty. No court system needed here. I get where you're coming from. CoffeeZilla's got a very strong record and seems to have a pretty high standard of proof before he accuses people, especially this hardcore. He certainly didn't accuse Mr. Beast of running a crypto scam. He simply made a video going over the allegations and showing the evidence for and against the claims. This is an overt, like, exposing a scam video. So I see where you're coming from, Red Scare, but this relates to what I talked about before. YouTubers have zero accountability, okay? Outside of maybe CoffeeZilla gets sued if it actually is slander, what he's saying. Maybe. But I find that extremely unlikely. Considering I don't think there's any provable slander happening here, and it's very clearly his opinion. I think, like, you need to not take anything that a YouTuber says at face value. You can never trust someone so much that you can go into one of their videos, turn off your brain, or turn off the critical thinking part of your brain, and let every idea that's thrown at you get committed to your pool of knowledge, right? Like, let's say in your brain you've got a pool of knowledge, things that you, like, as sure as you can be sure, believe are to be true. When new information wants to get into that pool, I don't care where it's from, but especially if it's from a YouTuber or a streamer or a person who has no accountability, like an internet figure, please take what they say with a grain of salt. Run that idea through the ringer of your critical thinking skills for a minute and see if it survives that test. And if it does, you can commit it to your beliefs. If it doesn't, then so be it, right?
And I just want to show you exactly how the Hawk Tuah team is sort of lying by omission here when they say the team hasn't sold one token. And that's because they pre-sold the tokens, guys. They sold them to a bunch of investors with a pre-sale, and then those people were unlocked immediately upon launch.
Those are the people who think they're winning on the rug pull. They're the ones who are like, oh yeah, I bought in the pre-sale. I'm buying before all those losers in the full open sale where they're gonna buy all this shit. I'm getting in early. I'm the real winner, and they don't know that the real winners are obviously the ones who start the coin. Every time, it's always the people who start the coin. And there's probably even another layer of people who make even more, like some Discord of their buddies somewhere that like got a bunch of value in the coin before it even hit the pre-market.
So you can see that with her tokenomics here. It says Haley's locked for 12 months, but you can see the strategic allocation is fully unlocked.
So what I'm understanding here is that she still holds on to 10%, but there is a substantial amount that the fund is holding, and I think that's what sold. And that's where they made their profit here. That's where they pulled the rug.
Immediately on token generation event. Now, I spoke to some people who bought into this pre-sale. They say they got in at $16.69 million total valuation, which means that if they sold out the whole 17%, you're looking at about $2.8 million raised by pre-selling these tokens. So it is essentially a lie to say her team didn't sell tokens. Well, they pre-sold them, and then those investors dumped on your fans. That's the problem, because Bubble Map.
It's even more shady. The people who bought in the pre-sale. I mean, obviously, this is how crypto works. I hate that Andrew Tate put this better than anyone else I've heard say it, but for one person to win big in the world of crypto, a whole lot of people have to lose. You know, because where's the money come from otherwise? A lot of people have to lose for a single person to win.
Map says we found 285 investors join the Hawk pre-sale. That's about what I saw as well. 89 wallets sold 100% on launch. 47 sold over 50%. Anyway, you can see in total, $3.3 million were sold. Again, as you'll see, on mostly Haley Welsh's fans, or Hawk Tuah Girls fans. And I know what you're thinking. Who falls for this? Well, unfortunately, with situations like this, they're not
It's the crypto bros, dude. Like it's the fucking crypto bros. What do you expect?
targeting crypto bros. They're mostly targeting
You need to understand that anyone who still has a Bored Ape NFT profile picture in the year of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ 2024, all right? These are people who are the equivalent of the boomers who actually fall for the Nigerian prince scam, okay? It's like just announcing to the world that your DMs should be filled with bots offering you opportunities to make a lot of money in your Twitter requested messages. Aren't the Bored Ape people those Miami Cuban Nazis? Are they Miami Cubans? I had heard they were like a Nazi associated thing at some point, but I didn't hear they were Miami Cubans. But I don't know, maybe. It's been a long time since that was relevant news, my friend.
like actual fans who've never been involved in the crypto space before. They don't know any better, and you're going to hear the guy behind a lot of this say that explicitly.
These are people that are outside of crypto that we're going to be onboarding, and they don't give a shit. They don't even know what a market cap is. They just go, oh, cool, free coin. Now I get to join the community. Cool, done.
Not only did they say it, they sold it in a pitch deck. You can see the Hawk deck here. Massive onboarding event. Hawk will onboard normies. So that's why I just don't buy this thought of, oh, well, if you bought this, you deserve to get scammed. Okay, fine. But a lot of the people who bought it had never bought crypto before. They were targeting those people. They said as much in our call. Now, the other...
Man, that's actually grim. I actually thought that the people who were watching her were already predisposed to this kind of scam. They were already the types of people who had Bored Ape NFT profile pictures on Twitter and bought crypto and posted about their gains all the time and tweet about hashtag hodling or whatever. No, she genuinely got a bunch of unfortunate souls invested in the world of crypto. Oh, man. I feel like it's arguably worse than gambling. Because at least most people I know who like gambling are self-aware about it, Like, they'll make jokes at their own expense about being addicted to gambling. But people who invest in NFTs, or that's not really a thing anymore as far as I know, but people who invest in crypto, they genuinely exhibit shamelessly and openly the gambler's fallacy of like, I've got a system. Don't worry, the big win is coming. 99.9% of gamblers quit right before their big win, but fully unironically. That is the open culture of the crypto space. And I wouldn't be surprised if most people investing in shit coins, which are what these are, like Tuah coin's a shit coin, or meme coins if you want to be more clean about it. Like most people investing in these, I have to feel like you have a higher chance of winning a profit at a slot machine than you do investing in a shitcoin. Like, there's got to be better odds at the casino. I know the casinos generally got free food, or really cheap food. So, it's already winning out over crypto with the whole, casino food aspect of things.
Part of this scam that I really need to break down because people don't understand it.
And slot machines are rigged. Slot machines are rigged and the house always wins, but I would say that's arguably more true of the crypto market because with the way the crypto market functions, as I hate to say it, as Andrew Tate said, no matter what, for someone to sell their coin and get a bunch of money, a big payout, a bunch of people who bought the coin already have to lose money they invested. That is how that works. The bigger the payout for the person who wins, the harder the majority loses. That's just how crypto works. It's just an exchange of money, a hot potato exchange of money, who technically has that money, and you're hoping you end up in the musical chair. You end up selling at the right time to end up with the profit, right? You're hoping you don't end up the one without a musical chair, or end up without a chair in the game of musical chairs. So that is crypto. Like, a bunch of people have to lose for anyone to win. It's arguably worse than gambling.
It exactly is the fee scam.
It's just advanced scamming of each other, really.
Okay, when this launched, they had 15% fees on trading. They said that this was to stop snipers. But basically what this means, and because the team now blames snipers for a lot of this rug pull, but what it means is they benefited the entire way. You can see in 24 hours, they made almost $2 million from this fee. Meanwhile, on Dex Screener, you can see the sniper, which is the #1 trader on this coin. They made about $1.3 million in their total profits and loss. So they actually made
less than she did. Okay, so it can't be even the top person who sniped this, supposedly, as she claims. Even the top person doesn't hold enough value to make up for what the evidence suggests is actually her making her profit.
less in total profits, this sniper that ruined the project, than the team made on fees. I, of course, asked who benefited.
I wonder how high the fees are. Because they just get to pocket those, right? Like any fees for the sale, they would just get to pocket. I wonder how much, like, per sale the fees were. Because we know the total. But I'm curious what, like, per sale, how much they were wringing out of people willing to buy the coin.
Did Hawk to a Girl make the money? Who made the money in this whole thing? And they essentially dodged the question. Who's making millions of dollars on fees from this rug pull?
That's not a scheme. That's the
Who's making fees?
So we can keep this thing going for years. Okay. That's how do you think? There's so many expenses.
Who makes the money on the fees? Someone just made over $1 million on fees. Who made it?
First of all, the fees were there with Meteora pools, and that goes to the creator, right?
Which is who? Who does that own? Who does that belong to?
That belongs to the project.
Who's the project? Who is the project?
Well, the project is over here, Haley Welch, right? And
how much does
so
Haley Welch
slippery.
own?
This is Haley Welch's project.
So she owns all of it.
CoffeeZilla.
I'm just trying to figure out who owns it.
You know how
This is an adult man who can't give a straight answer to a very straightforward question. This, like, pretend stuttering and not knowing what to say is very transparent. He's acting absurdly guilty. I like, if I was a director and I had actors in front of me and I was like, act guilty, and one of them was acting like this guy, I'd be like, oh, you're overacting, bro. Like, tone it down a little bit. It's too much.
how much it costs for lawyer fees to create a foundation in the Cayman Islands, to hire directors? You think this stuff pays for itself? You know, this is how you run a project forever, is you have to fund that. First of all, Over Here can speak to the extensive amount of work and time and people that are on this project. Over Here has around 18 people working on this right now as we speak. This is not a small time type of nothing. We're really trying to do something here and not just do it for one day and do it for 2 days.
So who made the money? You haven't answered the question. Who made the money? How much did Haley Welch make of that million, 1.8 million?
It's a foundation that is running this project.
How much does she own of it?
It's a foundation. She owns zero of the foundation.
So y'all made the money?
No, I don't own the foundation either. A foundation.
Brother, who profited? Over $1 million was just made.
A foundation that pays people out. And by the way, CoffeeZilla.
Well, okay, what's the name of this foundation? Who's getting paid out? How much did they take? What are they using the money for? Why do they need it? Politician answering. He's very slippery. He's acting extremely guilty.
I'm not asking you, questions that are irrelevant to the most important stuff that you said. Who cares where fees go? It goes to bills.
You heard him right. Who cares where millions of dollars went? Supposedly, they have 18 people working on the Hawk to a meme token.
No. Aren't like the average? Isn't the average like shitcoin started by like a single person, maybe two buddies? Because I know there was that one 14-year-old who live streamed starting a coin, rug pulling it, and making like 40 grand. That was like a recent thing. Like a 14-year-old or something had done it. Like just made his own coin, scammed a bunch of randos into buying it, and then rug pulled it on live stream. I doubt that it required some 18-person team. That's bullshit. Cap.
So I don't know if that's true, but that's at least what they're claiming. Now, the last thing I need to say before we jump into this context that you need is that there are 4 groups to look out for here. 1, you have Hawk to a Girl, who is promoting this thing. 2, you have this guy, Doc Hollywood, who is like Howie Mandel's like son-in-law or something like that. Like, he's this guy who has some connections in Hollywood, and he seems to be...
That's like this is so many of these crypto people. They're like the nephew of a big celebrity, and they use that like tangential clout to get like celebrities in on the crypto NFT thing, and they convince them that they're the only reliable source of info on it, and they end up like getting these big celebrities to get into and promote crypto and NFTs. They're like a handful of these shady weirdos with weird like Hollywood celebrity ties that get them into this stuff.
Be the guy connecting Hawk to a Girl with crypto, and he said he was teaching her a meme coin class, okay? And he goes unhinged on her call. 3, you have the guys running the crypto token, and 4, you have the insiders who paid money to get early access to this coin and then are rug pulling a lot of Haley Welsh's fans. What you want to make of that, who you exactly want to assign blame to, is up to you. A lot of people are saying, oh, she didn't know any better. She's getting taken advantage of. Maybe, or maybe she's making a ton of money, talking about Hawk to a Girl. So with that said,
So my rule of thumb is that anyone who's getting involved in crypto or NFT shit is getting involved in a scam. And that anyone who's in the like leadership positions of any of these projects is damn well aware of it. They know how it works enough to be behind it. They know how they're going to make a profit, and they're still behind it. I think anyone who would put their name on a crypto, like, that's a massive red flag, like a huge one, in isolation.
want to show you the call last night. That is what I knew going into this call, and you'll see my questions target some of these different aspects of what I believe to be a scam in this call. And the last thing I have to say is that when they did do this call, they monologued for like 12 to 15 minutes before they let anyone up. So I was extremely frustrated by the time I got up. I think you'll hear a little bit of that in my voice. Not only that, this Doc Hollywood guy called people mentally ill. He said that people should be thanking him or kissing his butt, basically, for doing this for them, as if he's doing them a favor. Basically, generally berating the people who had maybe lost money in this. And so quite frustrating to go into. And, well, anyway, enjoy.
Everyone thinks that, oh, everything's a rug. Everything's a rug. Everyone's here to you. Nah, we're here to onboard real people outside of this space.
They always say this shit, dude. They always say this. Every time. This one's always the legit one. They just have a passion for making their own currency, and it's not about them making money or making a quick buck off of their fans. Never, ever. They're always different. They're always, trying to onboard them onto what? I'm sure they've got some bullshit, like, NPC programmed response for what they're being onboarded onto. Some PR speak that means nothing.
Right? The people here, you guys are already y'all are ahead every day thinking everything's a scam. And you know what? You guys are right. Everything is a scam, but not this. Not this. We did not spend 6-7 months of our lives dedicated to trying to do something cool. right? To do something different, not dumping on you, not bundle snipes, not 100% of the liquidity or whatever was bundle sniped by the team and propped up charts. You guys are not the target audience. Sorry to say, right? This is not the target audience.
Who's he talking to?
The target audience, which is why I'm even doing this, which is what's cool about it, is it's not in this spaces. And listen, most of you, we don't want you.
You're just not the target audience, bro. You don't get it. Like, people want to buy this coin because they like it. They find it funny. Like, you're just not the target audience, bro.
You in the community. Let's be real, right? You're not great people.
It's not a scam. You just don't get it because it's not meant for you.
I don't know, y'all, right? I see some friendly faces in this audience.
He's having a meltdown.
I'm going to say y'all, you guys, right? There's a lot of negativity in the space. I think crypto brings the mentally ill into this thing, right? If you guys are in crypto.
Guys, it's crypto derangement syndrome. Oh, man. We have CDS, crypto derangement syndrome. It's just, crypto, it just attracts mentally ill people. They can't handle how based and cool crypto is, man. It brings out the crazies. They can't handle it. They can't understand it. They think it's a scam. Crypto derangement syndrome.
You're most likely mentally ill, and I'm going to count myself as mentally ill for even being here right now. We're trying to actually have fun. We're trying to do something cool. We're trying to give meme tokens away for free to people who have never had any crypto before, any meme token.
Oh my God. We need to get these guys in front of the world. There's never been a charity doing something more valuable for people. They're trying to get free crypto in the hands of people who've never had crypto before. Good God. This is Mr. Beast level philanthropy.
Token. And you guys should be kissing my ass because...
Yeah, I think he's losing it. I think the mask is cracked a little.
I'm trying to do something dope.
Yeah, so that's how all of this started. I had watched as people got wrecked on chain, and then I go here in the actual space that's supposed to address everything, a guy berating everyone, calling them mentally ill and telling them they should be thanking him. And that's what led to sort of my attitude when I went up on stage. Also, Twitter Spaces is horrible for doing this kind of work. I normally wouldn't choose it, but all
Horrible
these guys
platform.
seem to love Twitter Spaces. I don't know why. The problem is people...
It's because Elon Musk is like them. He tailored Twitter around 3 pillars of the platform. Enabling bots to boost as much things that are posted there as possible. The only reason anything has the views or engagement it has on Twitter are because of bots. So the bots are a benefit. There's a reason why Elon does nothing about the bots. It's what makes Twitter look like it's not a ghost town these days. And at least looks like people are posting and commenting and doing things on the platform these days. Bots, porn, like porn ads, like just everywhere. Like back in the day, it felt like it was a little less like in your face and everywhere, like you could avoid it. Now it's like every reply to your posts, to other people's posts, if it's not a artificially boosted Twitter blue reply, and it might still be one, it's like my OnlyFans is free link, and it's like an AI picture and a link that's probably like like an IP grabber to like probably not even OnlyFans. And so there's that. And then the third is like far-right propaganda and crypto bros. Those are the 3 demographics, the 3 types of content that Twitter is now entirely focused on promoting. Bots, porn, Nazis, and crypto. That's what's all about now. That is the site.
Filibuster. So I know I interrupted a lot. That's because you can't let these people go run off on like 10-hour explanations, which they will do if you let them. So, yeah, anyway, here's when I got up on the space.
Happy to answer any
I have
questions.
questions. I have questions. I'm raising my hand. Hey, guys.
What CoffeeZilla?
Hey,
man.
this is one of the most miserable, horrible launches I've ever seen in my life.
Okay, then why the fuck are you on?
I've been tracing it on chain for a while. You guys generated over $1 million in fees while y'all's fans got rug pulled. There was snipers, but there was also insider trading directly linked to y'all's creator account. What are you guys doing?
No. That's not true. That's
That
not
is
true.
true. That's a
No,
fact.
it's not.
There's like a record of the trading volume in their wallet. Like we could see it. It's public.
Well, it's a fact, and you can see it on chain. So
Yeah, we know. We trust me. We were there. We could answer that.
you
No,
know about the insider trading?
no, there's no insider trading. That's why we can answer it.
Okay, so there's tokens
Coffeezilla,
going directly from the main account,
Coffeezilla, just chill for a second,
and then it's getting sold for 50K. Who is that?
Definitely not us. You think we're doing this for 50K? Yeah, fucking right. Talking to the wrong guy. You're used to these bullshit scammers out here. Not us. Now, we had...
You're used to these bullshit scammers out there, not us. Yeah, man, we're different. We're not like them. We're not like all those others before us that were scammers. Trust me, this time, we're different. We're just trying to support a cool project. We're just fighting to get crypto in the hands of the people.
That's what everyone says, by the way.
Don't worry about where those millions of dollars in fees, quote unquote, ended up. Don't worry about it.
Listen, doesn't matter. No, I'm not everyone. There was a strategic allocation, right, through a foundation. Every single one of those was signed through a SAFT. The deployer wallet. You've heard of a strategic allocation or a private
How much
sale.
did y'all get doing a pre-sale? How much did y'all make?
It's not that
Selling
we
out
made.
your fans. So
Over here, can you give
exact?
Hold on, Coffeezilla, take a chill pill, brother.
Yeah. So
Y'all just rug pulled a bunch of people.
No, there's no rug. We're here every single day. There's no rug pulled, and it's not done by us. Yes, snipers sniped it up to an insane market cap.
No, it's
and
not
dumped
just
it.
snipers.
That was not us. That was listen.
What was it, like 1.3 mil in profits that like top supposed sniper made? Like a third, maybe a fourth of what the account supposedly made in fees, which they just seem to have pocketed, and they're just like, don't worry about where all that money went. Don't worry about that. That's a weird question to even ask, where all those millions went. Why would you even care? I feel like the acting as though a very valid question like that is overtly and evidently extremely valid, like the brushing it off and the refusing to acknowledge it, the pretending like it's ridiculous on its face, is a massive red flag. He has nothing substantial he can say to defend himself. All he can do is try to pick away at the credibility of Coffeezilla. It's not working, though.
Know that.
Listen, no, I'm telling you the truth.
And y'all made millions on fees from this little scheme.
There's not a.
I'm sure that's not you getting those fees, right? Who's making the money on the fees? Who's making millions of dollars on fees from this rug pull?
That's not a scheme. That's the project. So we can keep this thing going for years. Okay. That's how do you think? There's so many expenses.
Who makes the money on the fees? Someone just made over $1 million on fees. Who made it?
First of all, the fees were there with Meteora pools. And that goes to
it was over $1 million on fees.
The creator, right?
Who does that belong to?
That belongs to the project, right?
Who's the project? Who is the project?
Well, the project is over here, Haley Welch, right? And
how much does Haley Welch own?
This is Haley Welch's project.
So she owns all of it.
Coffeezilla.
Did she just make $1 million on fees on a rug?
Do you know how much it costs for lawyer fees to create a foundation in the Cayman Islands, to hire directors? You think this stuff pays for itself?
That's shady, bro. I don't know. Like, having to pay lawyers to start a foundation in the Cayman Islands, it just sounds shady. Isn't that like the same kind of shit those crypto gambling sites like Stake do, where they're like based out of like a random rental unit in the Philippines or whatever, somewhere overseas, so they don't fall under like certain legal jurisdictions? Like, that just sounds shady. That sounds like they just admitted to having to spend money to figure out how to like loophole certain rules and systems. I don't know. Maybe it's just like to avoid taxes or something. I don't know. I don't know why they were setting something up in the Cayman Islands. Maybe it's a crypto thing, I don't know, but yeah.
Right?
So y'all wanted to make the money on day one? I don't understand. I'm just asking
We're
who
here every
actually
single
makes the
day.
millions of
Day
dollars in
one,
fees from the
day
rug.
two, day three. You know, this is how you run a project forever. Is you
He's nothing of value, just trying to like fill the air with words, not letting CopyZilla speak.
is you have to fund that. First of all, over here can speak to the extensive amount of work and time and people that are on this project. Over here has around 18 people working on this right now as we speak. This is not a small time type of nothing. We're really trying to do something here and not just do it for one day and do it for 2 days like you're
So
used
who
to.
made the money? You haven't answered the question. Who made the money? How much did Haley Welsh make of that million,
Two,
1.8 million?
it's a foundation that is running this project.
How much does
Okay?
she?
He's flip-flopped now from it's a foundation to it's Tuah Girls Project to it's a foundation to it's a bunch of people, it's 18 people to it's hers to it's like he keeps flipping between what answers he will give if he gives any at all. Like he keeps flip-flopping because when CoffeeZilla targets Tuah Girl, like, okay, so she's the one behind the project. She made that those fees. She pocketed that. He's like, no. It's a foundation. It's a foundation. Okay, who owns the foundation? Who is profiting? Well, it's Haley's foundation. Okay, so she's the one who profited. No. It's a foundation. It's like back and forth, just trying to get them stuck in the mud so they can't move on to other aspects of the situation, trying to stop the conversation.
The own of it.
It's a foundation. She owns zero of the foundation.
So y'all made the money?
No, I don't own the foundation either. A foundation in the Cayman Islands.
Who profited? Over $1 million was just
I'm
made.
telling you, a foundation.
Who
that
owns
pays
the
people out.
foundation?
And by the way, CoffeeZilla, I'm not asking you.
Who's getting paid out? Pays people out? Is it the people who are selling the coin? Or is the foundation paying them the like value in USD or whatever they're trading in? Or they exchanged for their currency? Is it paying out the people involved in the project? Because he's talking about fees. You know, he could just, like, couldn't he just bullshit and say something like, oh yeah, the fees go to creating a nest egg of cash for, like, payouts for people who sell their value in Tuah coin. Like, couldn't he just say that? Like, obviously it would be a lie, but it would be something. It would be better than this. He could just say, like, oh yeah, it's for paying out the people who sell the coin. Like, why not just give, like, even a bullshit straightforward answer, you know? He's making himself look so guilty. You would think they would have a script, yeah. Like, if you're gonna run a crypto scam, you'd think they'd have a script. There are people out there like CoffeeZilla who make it their thing to dismantle crypto scams. You gotta have something ready if you're gonna pull something like this.
Questions that are irrelevant to the most important stuff that you said. Who cares where fees go? It goes to bills. It goes
when you're
to
charging
attorneys.
15%,
it goes to accounts. It goes to directors.
You're charging
it goes to
15%
staff.
on a rug pull,
right?
and you're profiting from the
There's
rug
no
pull.
rug pull because we didn't pull a rug. I don't know what you're trying to say. It's not true. That's defamation.
Doc,
you're saying,
do the math. Do the math.
Defamation. You're saying that we pulled a rug. There was no rug pull.
3%.
You're defaming our character.
Are you not going to let me talk?
Then sue.
You just talk over me. You talk over me.
I'm hearing.
If he's doing defamation, then sue. Like, at this point, it's basically CoffeeZilla's job to go through frivolous lawsuits. If you think it's defamation, then sue. Got a lot of money to pay for a lawyer. Why not?
Bullshit.
No, you're not. You're talking over me. Let me just lay out your tokenomics. You guys released 3%.
By the way, the reason why I suggested he ought to sue if it's defamation is that he's accusing CoffeeZilla of a crime. He's not calling CoffeeZilla a liar. He is specifically using legal language as like a subtle threat of like, if you don't stop calling us scammers right now, we're going to sue you. You're doing defamation. Like subtly implying he might be willing to get lawyers involved. That probably won't work on CoffeeZilla, though. I think he's, like, currently being slap sued by, like, I think it's Jake or Logan Paul, if I'm not mistaken.
to the Meteora pool, while you have 17% of the token allocation unlocked day one from your strategic allocation? Are you guys insane? What do you guys think exactly is going to happen when your insiders get sent their tokens? And by the way, who made the money from your 17% pre-sale while you're giving a tiny piece of the pie to the public? Like, what the hell? This is the worst tokenomics I've ever seen, and it is a scam.
It's not a scam.
The tokenomics are a scam. That's my opinion. You can say whatever you want about it. You can cry defamation. That's my opinion. It's a scam. And I only do this for a living. I've only seen 1 million of these projects.
So who pays you, CoffeeZilla? Let's.
Ooh.
What? Who pays you, CoffeeZilla? Google? Once a month? Like, their YouTube AdSense?
Turn it around. Turn it around. Turn it around. Nobody's here for me. Everyone's here for you. Where did the fees go? Where did the money for the pre-sale tokens go? Why did y'all unlock day one so people could dump on Haley Welsh's fans? And how involved was she really? And how much money is she making from all this? What's her cut? I just got muted.
Okay, there's a clip. There's a clip from this that I saw on Twitter, or I think it was Blue Sky, one of the two. I hope we get to see it in this video, because it's one of the few bits of this that I'd seen before, and it was really good. It was like, I watched that and was like, oh, okay, so she's guilty. We might see it here in a minute, because we're getting towards the end and he hasn't shown that bit.
So yeah, that was the conversation. Obviously, I got a little heated there towards the end because, I don't know, there was something about this guy berating people who had lost money and insisting that what was so transparently true about the fees being made, about who's benefiting from the pre-sale, just dodging all of that, it gets me so bothered. I guess it shouldn't at this point, but, you know, what can I say? I'm only human. I will go ahead and highlight there were two other moments. FaZe Banks got up and called these guys out, which is funny.
This 100% was a mismanaged, mislaunched, like, this is, took what CoffeeZilla said, I would label this a scam as well. It's pretty obvious.
Those are no, FaZe Banks is a I think current FaZe member, maybe, that is now like a washed up crypto dude, I think. I'm pretty certain he's like a crypto cunt now. But I think this is like even him calling it out, right?
Like CoffeeZilla brought up.
I might be thinking of someone else, though. Maybe I'm thinking of that, like, FaZe. Listen, there are a lot of people who came out of FaZe and have, like, FaZe at the start of their names that have, like, ended up being awful. I'm very sorry if FaZe Banks is a chill guy, and he's one of the few people with FaZe at the start of their name that is not a cunt. But I'm pretty sure FaZe Banks is, like, a crypto dude now who's, like, disgraced. I'm pretty sure. But I'm sorry if I'm wrong, because I might be confusing him with someone else.
97% of the token was bundled into the same cluster, and in layman's terms, that just basically means 90%. 97% of all the tokens owned were by...
I'll say it doesn't help that he sounds almost identical to Ice Poseidon.
Related wallets, friends of friends of friends of friends. They were like...
No, that's not true. It's not true.
Yes, it is true.
False.
Yes, no, it's 100% true.
And then also Nick O'Neill, who is another crypto Twitter guy, he got up there and he asked them basically what I did, because they wouldn't let me back up on the space. And he said, where's the money going to? And then Tuah girl, decided it was time for bed, and that was the end of the space.
This is it.
So I'm sort of curious, like, not for the token price itself, but just in terms of the fact that there's fees that are being generated, there's an actual, like,
Hey
source
guys,
of income.
I hate to interrupt you, Nick. Hello there. But anywho, I'm gonna go to bed, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Okay.
And then she leaves. This like she is straight up dips out, claiming she's going to bed. That's her voice. Yes, that is the Tuah girl. This is the Tuah girl's profile picture, and that is her voice. Yes, if you can't tell, her audience is mostly conservative. That was a child? No, she just has like a very annoying voice. She sounds like a high schooler? Yes, she does. She's got a very annoying voice. Yeah, like part of why she got so popular is that she's annoying, insufferable, and awful. And shit floats on the internet, guys. It really does. Shit floats to the top. The shittier the shit, the floatier it floats. What can I say? I love people being like, that's her fucking voice. Yes, it is. That is what she sounds like. Listen, I'm gonna be real with you guys. I think that this is 100% a crypto scam. I think that crypto is a scam. So I think it was a scam before the conversation even got started about whether or not there was a rug pull. But I also think there was a rug pull personally. Though I am curious what you guys think. So if you enjoyed this video, if you found it entertaining, educational, or enjoyable, then consider leaving a like, whether you're watching live or after the fact when this goes up as its own thing on YouTube. And comment as well. As I said, because comments are the best, comments and likes, I should say, combined are the best way to support the channel, and it's totally free, and it really means a ton to me, so thank you to everybody who does that. Subscribe and ring the bell icon if you haven't already to turn on all notifications so that YouTube actually tells you when I go live or upload a new video, because if you don't, they won't. Follow my social medias, linked down below in the description if you haven't already to see more from me on other platforms, including my Blue Sky and joining my fan Discord where I host weekly gaming events, call-in streams, or watch parties. And finally, if you want to support me directly, financially, help me keep the lights on and a roof above my head here at the Xander Hall studio, then please consider donating, subscribing, or gifting a sub on my website, xanderhall.com/live, or support me through YouTube, Twitch, Streamlabs, Stream Elements, Patreon, or buy some merch through the Streamlabs link down below. Regardless, no matter how you support me, even if you're a lurker, thank you so much for watching, and have a good one.